everybody, welcome to An Academy. Hi guys, I'm Vani Mehra and I welcome you to the live session today on the YouTube channel of An Academy. So guys, today we are meeting here for very important discussion. Let me tell you, the most important thing that we are discussing today is the most important questions of Indian polity. Indian polity has been a very interesting and an important topic for your prelims and mains examination both. So I was dealing with this question in the last class also I did, and there are a lot of questions that I'm going to do in today's class as well. So I request you all to be very attentive, and if you have any doubts, put them down in the comment section. I also request you all that right now I'm not able to just get connected to your live chat over here. So maybe I can reply to your answers, question later on. But you can put your queries in the comment section and there's no issue with me. I will be solving all your queries. So starting from the most important questions of Indian polity. I'm sorry. Guys, you can follow me at the following address of An Academy. I am a verified educator and one of the top educators of the UPSC CSE category. I have a lot of courses on An Academy, like the 60 most important editorials of Indian polity 2018. I have made Yojana summary courses which are from January till August. Monthly current affairs summaries I have made because you follow the monthly current affair magazines. So I thought of making monthly current affair magazine courses. I have a crash course on Indian polity, which is a wonderful course. Not only that, I have MCQ series for various subjects like art and culture, economics, history, geography and polity. So there are around 250-300 questions for each subject that are live on the platform. You can get access to all of them free of cost. Guys, my daily editorial analysis for the month of January is also live. You can watch that too. If you have any doubts, you can reach out to us through messages, or you can probably talk to us on the An Academy free platform. It's everything available to you guys. So coming on to the class now, I am going to talk about one most important thing over here. We are talking about the first chapter. You all must be knowing that Union and its territory is the first chapter. And we all know that how the state reorganization took place. Basically, the languages became the major role it played in the demand of the states. So the first state which was declared on the linguistic basis became Andhra Pradesh. I hope you know all these facts. But which are the regular other states that were formed during that time? Let's understand that. So which state was established as the 15th state of independent India? Was it Goa, Mizoram, Gujarat or Nagaland? Let me tell you, the correct option is Gujarat. See, there was a large-scale reorganization of the states which took place in 1956 as per the Fazl All Commission. The political map of India changed continuously due to the pressure of popular agitation and political conditions. The demand for the creation of some more states based on language or cultural homogeneity resulted in the bifurcation of existing states. If I talk about Maharashtra and Gujarat, in 1960, the bilingual state of Bombay was divided into two separate states. One was Maharashtra, another was Gujarat. Maharashtra was for Marathi speaking people, again language became a ground, and Gujarat was for Gujarati speaking people. Let me tell you, Gujarat was, or it became, the 15th state of the Indian Union. So you need to understand that on the basis of language the states were being formed. Another is Dadar and Nagar Haveli. See, through this one of your chapters will be covered, that is Union and its territory. So be very attentive. See, Portuguese had ruled this territory till 1954. Let me tell you, according to your first article 1 of the Indian Constitution, we have three kinds of territories in India, right? One is the territory of the states, one is the territories of the union territories, and third is the territories that can be acquired by the country. So let me tell you one thing, that Portuguese had ruled this territory. That means we acquired this territory from Portuguese. Till 1961, the administration was carried on by an administrator which was chosen by the people themselves. It became a union territory of India by the 10th Constitutional Amendment Act of 1961. Now here you can understand the Constitutional Amendment Acts also play very important role. Goa, Daman and Diu. Let me tell you, India acquired these three territories from the Portuguese by means of a police action in 1961. They were considered as a union territory by the 12th Constitutional Amendment Act of 1962. In 1987, Goa was conferred a statehood. So Goa Daman and Diu Reorganization Act took place in 1987 and Daman and Diu was made a separate union territory. Puducherry. The territory of Puducherry comprises of Puducherry, Karaikal, Mahe and Yanam, all of which were former French establishments in India. So the French handed over this territory to India in 1954. Subsequently, it has administered as an acquired territory, and then in 1962 it was made a union territory by the 14th Constitutional Amendment Act. Let me tell you guys that we have 7 union territories in India, and let me also tell you that only 2 of these union territories have legislative assemblies, that is Delhi and Puducherry. Puducherry was earlier known as Pondicherry, but now it is known as Puducherry. Another additional fact that I would like to tell you, that whenever we want to make an alteration in any area, any boundary or any name of the state, we have to amend Article 3 of the Indian Constitution. That has to be done. Alright? Just give me a second. Yeah. Who recommended the formation of unilingual state of Punjab for the Punjabi speaking people? So we have Shah Commission, Fazl All Commission, JVP Commission and Dhar Commission. Let me tell you, it is the Shah Commission. Do not forget. See, Punjab, Chandigarh, Haryana and Himachal Pradesh were together. So there was a separate Sikh homeland, Punjabi Suba, raised by the Akali Dal under the leadership of Master Tara Singh. On the recommendation of the Shah Commission 1966, Punjabi speaking areas जो थे वो state of Punjab में बदल गए. They were combined into a unilingual state of Punjab. Hindi speaking areas emerged into the state of Haryana, और जो hill areas थे they were merged with the neighboring union territory of Himachal Pradesh. So in 1966, Punjab gave rise to Haryana, 17th state of Indian Union and union territory of Chandigarh as well. Let me tell you, Chandigarh is the capital of Punjab and Haryana both. In 1971, the Union Territory of Himachal Pradesh was made the 18th state of the Indian Union. If I talk about Manipur, Tripura and Meghalaya, another 3 states now. See, in 1972, Union Territories of Manipur, Tripura and Meghalaya and sub-state of Meghalaya, they became states. Northeastern Areas, Reorganization Act 1971. People keep on focusing on Reorganization Act, right? Representation of People Act, all of these. But I have seen a lot of times that they do not understand that every area has a different setup. So over here, the Northeastern Areas Reorganization Act of 1971 is very important. So with effect from January 21st, 1972. Also, the 2 union territories of Mizoram and Arunachal Pradesh, originally known as the Northeast Frontier Agency, came into being. So total states of the Indian Union became 21. Manipur was 19th, Tripura 20th and Meghalaya 21st. You probably don't have to remember the order. Maybe if you are giving other examination like you can say other kind of exams you are giving, maybe that time you have to remember it. But otherwise you do not have to remember the order. But still I don't recommend anything to you, because it's UPSC exam and there is anything that can come to you. So for that matter, be very safe and it's better that you remember it. So it's good only that if you remember this. Alright. Going on to the next. So, the 22nd Constitutional Amendment Act of 1969 created Meghalaya as an autonomous state or sub-state within the state of Assam. It had its own legislature and council of ministers, and the union territory of Mizoram and Arunachal Pradesh were also carved out of the territory of Assam. Coming to the next question. Which Amendment Act made Sikkim a full-fledged state of India? This is a very interesting and very important. Very, very important for that matter, I think, this question. Because it confuses you a little, like very little. 36, 35, 34 and 41. There are 2 basically amendments which are related to Sikkim. Let me tell you, 36 is the answer. See, till 1947, Sikkim was an Indian princely state ruled by Chogyal. In 1947, on the lapse of the British paramountcy, Sikkim became a protectorate of India. So, Indian government assumed responsibility for the defence, external affairs and communication of Sikkim. In 1974, Sikkim wanted greater association with India. So, 35th Constitutional Amendment Act was enacted by the Parliament. What did this Amendment Act do? 35th. Basically, this introduced a new class of statehood under the constitution by conferring on Sikkim the status of an associate state. It's not a state yet. It's an associate state of the Indian Union. A new Article 2A and a new schedule, 10th schedule describing terms and conditions of association were inserted in the constitution, and this experiment did not last long. So in a referendum held in 1975, people of Sikkim voted for the abolition of institution of Chogyal and Sikkim becoming an integral part of India. They wanted to be a part of India. So hence what happened? 36th Constitutional Amendment Act came of 1975, which was enacted to make Sikkim a full-fledged state of the Indian Union, the 22nd state of India. I hope it's clear. Now this amendment amended the first and the fourth schedule to the constitution and added a new article 371F to provide certain special provisions with respect to administration of Sikkim. People remember Article 374, special status to J&K. But there are other articles as well which give special status to the other northeasterns, like the 371F gives it to Assam. It repealed the Article 2A and the 10th schedule that were added by the 35th Amendment Act of 1974. Let me tell you, it was repealed. Please do not confuse कि 10th schedule Sikkim के साथ relate करता था. It was repealed by 35th Amendment Act. That means the 10th schedule that we have right now, anti-defection, that came later on. Am I clear? Mizoram, Arunachal Pradesh and Goa. See, in 1987, 3 new states of Mizoram, Arunachal Pradesh and Goa came into being as 23rd, 24th and 25th states of India. And the Union Territory of Mizoram was conferred the state of a full state as a sequel to the signing of a memorandum of settlement in 1986 between the central government and the Mizo National Front, ending the 2-decade-old insurgency. I'm sorry. Arunachal Pradesh has also been a union territory from 1972, and let me tell you, the state of Goa was created by separating the territory of Goa from the union territory of Goa, Daman and Diu. Which of the following are true? In sequence of the state creation, Uttarakhand is counted ahead of Jharkhand. In 1973, Laccadive, Minicoy and Amindivi Islands were renamed Lakshadweep. And in 1979, Travancore was renamed Kerala. 1 and 3, 1 and 2, 2 and 3, all of them are. The correct answer for this question is 1 and 2. Okay? So, Chhattisgarh, Uttarakhand and Jharkhand. See, in the year 2000, 3 new states were formed. Chhattisgarh, Uttarakhand and Jharkhand. And they were created out 3 existing states, which was Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh and Bihar respectively. So, they were the 26th, 27th and 28th states of India. And total number of states and union territories which increased that time was from 14 and 6 in 1956 to 28 and 7 in 2000 respectively. And then the 29th state was Telangana, which was added later. Am I clear? So what about the change of the names? See, the United Province became Uttar Pradesh, Madras became Tamil Nadu, Mysore became Karnataka, then Laccadive, Minicoy and Amindivi Islands, they were renamed as Lakshadweep by the 69th Constitutional Amendment Act 1992. The Union Territory of Delhi was redesignated as the National Capital Territory of Delhi. 2006 में Uttaranchal was renamed as Uttarakhand. Pondicherry was renamed as Puducherry. Odisha was named as Odisha. So all these took place. अब इनके टाइम पे कौन सा आर्टिकल, which article gives them the authority to change the name of the states? Article 3. It provides for the alteration of areas, boundaries and change in the names of the states. I hope I'm clear with you guys. Okay. Which of the following are recommendations of the Fazl All Commission? It accepted language as a basis of reorganization, create 16 states, and it rejected one language, one state premise. You can also work on the questions, as soon as they are coming to your screen. See all of them up. After the first linguistic state which was created, that was Andhra Pradesh, there were so much of demand from other regions for creation of the states on the basis of language. So the Government of India in December 1953 appointed a 3-member state reorganization commission under the chairmanship of Fazl Ali to re-examine the whole question. Now, two members were K.M. Panikkar and H.N. Kunjru. Now, its report submitted in September 1955 broadly accepted language as the basis of reorganization of states, but rejected the concept of one language, one state. And it said that unity of India should be the primary consideration in any redrawing of the country's political unions. They never wanted the country to bifurcate again. Despite, we could not help by, bifurcation of India and Pakistan, but we never wanted that the country should split. We always wanted that unity and diversity concept to stay in India, and that was one of the reasons. Which of the following are known as the Linguistic Provinces Commission? Let me tell you: the Fazl Ali Commission, Dhar Commission and JVP Committee. 3, 1 and 3, 2 and 3 and all of the above. It's 2 and 3. See, Indian Independence Act, which was there in 1947, gave 3 options to the princely states. They said either you join India or Pakistan or remain independent. Even the princely states could form a separate, their own identity that time. So the 552 princely states situated within the geographical boundary of India, the 549 joined India and remaining 3, that is Hyderabad, Junagadh and Kashmir, refused to join India. So in the course of time, they were too integrated with India. Let me tell you, Hyderabad by means of police action, Junagadh by means of referendum and Kashmir by the instrument of accession. So in 1950, the constitution had a 4-4 classification of the states, total 29 of the Indian Union, Part A, Part B, Part C and Part D states. Now the Part A states were 9 erstwhile governor provinces of British India, B were 9 erstwhile princely states with legislatures, C states, these were the one, in total 10 were erstwhile chief commissioners provinces of British India. The Andaman and Nicobar Islands were kept as a solitary Part D state. The integration and princely states with the rest of India was purely an ad hoc arrangement. Ad hoc means a temporary arrangement. And there was also demand from different regions, particularly South India, for reorganization of states on the linguistic basis. It started coming up, it started erupting, and it became very difficult for them to manage it. Alright. After that, let me tell you, the Commission committed its report in December 1948 and recommended the administrative convenience as basis of reorganization of state rather than the linguistic factor. Coming to the next, which of the following sentences are true? Since formation of new states under Article 3 involves changing the 1st and 4th schedule, it needs special majority in both the houses of parliament. The 10th Constitutional Amendment Act 1960 was enacted to transfer the Berubari Union to Pakistan. Only 1, only 2, both 1 and 2, neither 1 nor 2. Work on it, guys. See, it is neither 1 nor 2. Article 3, I already told you, it authorized the parliament to form a new state by separation of territory, increase area, diminish area, alter boundary or alter the name. Already I have been telling you previously in the previous question that Article 3 has all this. So, 4th option already आपका गलत हो गया. This was pure elimination. ठीक है? It was pure elimination that you have to use. 1 to goes wrong only. Second option ध्यान से पढ़ना था आपको. So that is also there. See, the bill regarding the above changes can be introduced in the parliament only with the prior recommendation of the president. Also, before recommending the bill, the president must refer the same to the state legislature concerned for expressing its views within a specified period. Now, the president of the parliament is not bound by the views of the state legislature. If the state legislature मना भी कर दे, तब भी they are not bound. They can do the way they want. That's something where. Further, it is not required to make a fresh reference to the state legislature every time an amendment to the bill is moved and accepted. So, in case of a union territory, no reference need to be made to the concerned legislature. Union territory में तो पूछेंगे भी नहीं. ठीक है? So, Parliament can also take any action as it deems fit. And it can also form new state or union territory by uniting a part of any state or union territory to any other state or union territory. By 18th Constitutional Amendment Act 1966, Parliament can redraw the political map of India according to its will without the state consent. Thus, the territorial integrity or continued existence of any state is not guaranteed by the Constitution. Therefore, India is rightfully described as an indestructible union of destructible states. It's a very wonderful line. If you write down also, it fetches good marks. The union government can destroy the states, whereas the state governments cannot destroy the union. You need to understand that very clearly. I'm not going into the details. You can read them yourself. And let's talk about the second point that was given to us. Let me tell you that the decision of central government to cede a part of a territory known as the Berubari Union, West Bengal, to Pakistan led to a controversy, and it necessitated the presidential reference in 1960 to Supreme Court. Supreme Court held that the power of Parliament to diminish the area of a state under Article 3 does not cover cession of Indian territory to a foreign country. Indian territory can be ceded to a foreign state only by amending the Constitution under Article 368, and the 9th Constitutional Amendment Act was enacted to transfer the said territory to Pakistan. That's important for you to understand. That amendment was done because you cannot cede a territory like that. Simply you can give your territory. That's not there. That provision can't be done, right? So coming down to the next, which of the following sentences are true? The provisions of the Constitution related to states are applicable to all the states. Article 1 to 4 of the Constitution deal with the Union and its territory. Well, the correct answer over here is only 2. Okay. Let me tell you guys, Article 1 to 4 under Part 1 deal with the Union and its territory. You know that. See, Article 1 I already told you. Territory of states, Union territory, territory that may be acquired. ये मैं आपको बता चुकी हूँ. First schedule has the names of the states and Union territories and the territorial extent. So currently there are 29 states and 7 Union territories. That is mentioned very well in the first schedule. And Constituent Assembly had to adopt a mix of both. India, that is Bharat, as there was unanimity regarding the traditional or the modern name. So India is a union, although its constitution is federal in structure. ये points आपको पता होने चाहिए, ठीक है? उसके बाद the country is an integral whole and divided into different states only by the convenience of administration. The provision of the constitution related to the states are applicable to all the states except Jammu and Kashmir because of Article 370 which provides special provision to J&K. ये भी आपको पता होगा. उसके बाद the next thing that we got to do is this is there. Which of the following sentences are true? Article 3 allows admission or establishment of new states that are not part of the Union of India. India has not acquired foreign territory since independence. ये बात सही है? Tell me. Only one is correct. India ने काफी acquire किए independence के बाद 1947 के बाद. So notably the territory of India is a wider expression than the Union of India because Union includes only states. Territory का मतलब हो गया ना कि सिर्फ states but also Union territories and territories that may be acquired by the government of India in future. States share powers with the center. Union territories and the acquired territories are directly administered by the central government. So being a sovereign state, India can acquire foreign territories as per the modes recognized by the international law, that is cession, okay, occupation, conquest or subjugation. See, these are the articles that repeatedly we are doing. So I hope you must be remembering and recalling them again and again that we keep talking about. Article 2 grant 2 powers to the parliament. There are 2 powers which are given to the parliament under Article 2. One is that the parliament can admit into the Union of India new states. कोई भी नई states वो admit कर सकते हैं. Second है the power to establish new states. कि वो कोई भी नई state बना सकते हैं. जैसे कि मैंने आपको बताया कि उसके लिए स्टेट लेजिस्लेचर का जो कंसेंट है वो नहीं लिया जाएगा कि आप चाहते हो कि आपके साथ कोई टेरिटरी शेयर करे या आपकी स्टेट के अंदर से एक नई स्टेट बना दी जाए. यस, रिकमेंडेशन कैन बी गिवन बट इट्स नॉट इम्पोर्टेंट दैट इट इज बीइंग इम्प्लीमेंटेड प्रॉपर्ली. Then we come down to which of the following subjects come under the central government? Banking, agriculture, prison, public health. Banking. See, union government has 100 subjects. 97. Under the union list, which includes defense, banking, currency, atomic energy, insurance and communication, etc. So basically, how many subjects does the union government has? It has 97 subjects. You just have to give me a second. I think there is a mistake. I mistaken. Just a minute. Okay. Yes. How many topics are currently covered in the concurrent list? 100, 57, 61 and 52. 52. Which subjects come under the concurrent list? Newspapers, fisheries, market, census. Newspaper. See, concurrent list comprises of population, marriage and divorce, drugs, newspaper, books and printing press. You need to understand. You need to know the subjects of each list. I hope everybody knows under which schedule the lists are being given in the Constitution of India. 7th schedule, right? 8th schedule is languages. Schedules ko ratta maan lena, it's important. Which of the following is not matched correctly? Union list insurance, state list agriculture, concurrent list communication, both A and B. This third one, communication is covered under the center list. Everybody must be knowing this much. In which part of the Indian Constitution central state relations are mentioned? 11, 10, 4 or 12? 11. See, center state relations are mentioned from Article 245 to 255 in Part 11 of the Constitution. Which of the following taxes are levied, collected and kept by the state government? Land taxes, octroi tax, agriculture income tax. I have answered only. It's all of them. Okay. Which of the following is not related to the Administrative Reform Commission? ARC, Rajmannar Committee, Sarkaria Commission, West Bengal Remembrance Letter and Hanumantaiah Commission. Let me tell you, it's the Sarkaria Commission. You cannot forget Sarkaria Commission, you know. It was related to the center-state relation and this commission was formed in 1983. So there cannot be any mistake on this point. Which of the following is not matched correctly? Rajmannar Committee 1969, Punchhi Commission 2001, Sarkaria Commission 1983 and Anand Pur Sahib Proposal 1973. Punchhi Commission 2001. Let me tell you, in April 2007, a 3-member commission headed by the former Chief Justice of India, M.M. Punchhi, was set up by the UPA government to take a fresh look at the relative roles and responsibilities of various levels of government and their interrelations. Which of the following is matched correctly? Finance Commission Article 256, money borrowed by the central government, Article 262, power to delegate the work to the Federation of the States, 278, and grant by the Union to States, Article 275. Somebody, you know, I was taking a plus course today and this plus course is based on basically Indian polity only. So we were doing the 50 most important topics of Indian polity, the expected one for 2019 prelims. And, you know, somehow they were asking me, ma'am, how to remember the articles. And I had a very simple question, answer to them that I could give, and I could just say that it's the repeatedly how many ever times you will keep reading, you will understand. For example, today if I ask you what is Article 370 related to, you instantly will say Jammu and Kashmir because it is in news. आप current affair में पढ़ते हो, अखबार में कितनी बार पढ़ते हो. मैं पूछूंगा Article 44 क्या है तो आप सीधे समझ दोगे यूनिफॉर्म सिविल कोड है, UCC के ऊपर है, डायरेक्टिव प्रिंसिपल के अंदर. मे बी आप ये ना बता पाओ डायरेक्टिव प्रिंसिपल के अंदर, मे बी यू आर फ्रेश हो, बट यू विल टेल Article 44 किसके रिलेटेड है. But if I go and ask you Article 39 क्या है, maybe I have to think about it. So there are certain articles that you remember because you keep reading them. So there's only one trick of remembering the articles, that is you keep rereading them again and again. See, grant by the Union to states is Article 275. It is asked which of the following is matched correctly. Obviously, the Finance Commission is incorrect, that you just say and you understand that it's wrong. So, grant under 275(1) of the Constitution of India, such sums as Parliament may by law provide shall be charged on the Consolidated Fund of India in each year as grants in aid of the revenues of such states as Parliament may determine to be the need of assistance, right? Which of the following recommendation is not of the Sarkaria Commission? I told you it's very important, the recommendation of Sarkaria Commission, but which of the following is not? See, there's no need to consult states before making the law of the concurrent list. The governor's rule could not be reduced to 5 years before the time without any concrete reason. No autonomy for radio and television, and none of the above. Let me tell you, it is. There is no need to consult states before making the law on the concurrent list. It is not of the Sarkaria Commission. Let me tell you, the central government should consult the states before making the law on the concurrent list. And that has been given by the Sarkaria Commission. If you have not read in detail about it, I will still recommend you go get your books and start reading about it. The central government's exclusive powers are enumerated in which list? Concurrent list, state list, union list or federal list? It's a union list, right? Everybody must be knowing that. Which of the following is regarded as an essential function of the state? To run schools for education, to provide defense against external attacks, to prevent diseases or to maintain good roads. I'm giving you time to think about it, I can't read your comments right now. I don't know what's wrong. I can't even assess it on the phone also. There's some technical issue, I guess. But yes, I can, after the class, definitely I'll go and watch your comments. I really request, I just see the comments. People start fighting in the comments, start talking irrelevant, You are here for a class. I think you should talk for the class. You should talk only about the class. You should talk only about the topics. And if you don't feel the need to, talk about the required stuff, do not do that. It's an educational platform and I always keep saying that. Please maintain the sanctity here. Please maintain the integrity of the platform. Do not go impolite. Do not go into any personalization here. Because I was the other day reading it. That's why I keep telling people, just maintain the sanctity, maintain the integrity. It's an educational platform and do not go into that direction. So to provide defense against external attack is the most important, essential function of the state. In addition to the powers given in the Union and the Concurrent List, the Union government has residuary powers, federal powers, power to legislate in the state list, none of these. It's the residuary powers, alright? Which of the following is true in respect to the center-state financial relations? See, amount given by the center is the only source of income to the states. States can bypass the center while taking foreign loans. States cannot levy income tax. States can claim 100% share in excise duty on the goods produced in the state. States cannot levy the income tax. Which of the following taxes is levied by the state government only? Entertainment, wealth, income or corporation? Since GST has come, there is a different all of questions that you can have in GST, but they are so controversial because GST does not have any fixed mechanism. Sometimes the products goes into some category, sometimes the products are removed from any category of the slot that has been taken for that. So that matter, I did not put any question on GST. Entertainment tax. Sarkaria Commission has been appointed by the Government of India to report on Center-state relation, electoral reform, interstate conflict, or tribal development? I think it's very easy. Center-state. A. The state government's responsibility for educational planning is shared by whom? Ministry of Program Implementation, Ministry of Human Resource Development, Ministry of Planning, Ministry of Home Affairs. Ministry of Human Resource and Development. Okay, remember, whenever you talk about education, Ministry of Human Resource and Development is very important. Planning in India derive its objectives from? I think this is one of the questions which I feel UPSC is going in the direction. Like if you can go and watch the 2017 prelims, and you can also go and watch the 2018 prelims, the kind of question that have been asked, it's not directly coming from your M. Lakshmikant, or you can say for that matter from NCRT. They are more interpretative questions, they are more application based questions, they are mostly for those people who have political science optional. I think they can solve these questions very well. But when we talk about planning in India, you know, from where does it derive its objectives? Fundamental right, directive principle, fundamental duty, or none of these? It's directive principles. You know, planning in India. Why I do say that? Because directive principles are the directives which are given for the state governments to make various laws, right? So whenever the state government makes any laws, it should see those directives, but it is not enforceable and not justifiable also. So nobody can enforce that on the state government, that you did not make a law because it is mentioned in the directive principle. They can't do that. You can only go and file a writ petition, file writs in the, you can say, Supreme Court or High Court under Article 32 and 226 for that matter, whenever your fundamental rights are breached. So that is to be kept in mind. Which of the following features does not belong to a federal government? Government has two distinct levels, state government and central government. State governments are agents of the central government. Both central and state governments derive powers from the constitution. Both central and state governments have coordinate status. Both central and state government have coordinate status. Which of the following taxes is exclusively and totally assigned to the central government by the constitution? Estate duty, sales tax, corporation tax, taxes on railway fares and freight. Taxes on railway fares and freight. Okay. Which of the following subjects is included in the union list? Gas and gas works, marriage and divorce, agriculture and extradition. Let me tell you guys, this is a series of which is going on of MCQs. For example, the last live session I conducted was also on the most important topics of Indian polity. Even this live session is on the most important topics of Indian polity. So you can rely on that. The next lesson will be like that. So you have to practice ample of questions before you go and sit for the exam. So that is why I keep making you sure, or keep making sure of one thing, that I keep practicing these questions along with you. I keep telling you that so that you people are motivated, and at the end of the day you can avoid those mistakes that probably others are doing right now. Alright, which of the following subjects union? So this one is the extradition, right? The residuary power means the power shared between the union and the state government. Powers related to the country's internal affairs, powers related to the country's external affairs, or the powers not included in any of the three lists. See, whatever matters are left, the residual matters, they are kept in the residuary list or residuary powers, right? Under the constitution, residuary powers vest with whom? President, Supreme Court, Union government, state government. ये question भी बहुत आते हैं. इस तरह के question भी बहुत आते हैं. I'm just looking at the trend of the questions coming in the exam and then telling you. We are not going in a very different direction. ऐसा नहीं है कि घर से बना के question मैंने डाले. Looking at whatever the trend has been of past 10 year, question papers. Today basically there was some important discussion which was going on, and I suddenly realized that you have to practice a lot of MCQs, and I was telling somebody that you have to, whenever you have to sit for the exam, before that you practice a lot of questions, and from there only we are coming down to discussion like the previous year question, then how many questions get repeated and etc. So everybody must be knowing. There were questions which were there in 2014 prelims which came in 15 directly. There were questions which were there in 2016 which came in 17 also, directly, indirectly. So every other questions have a repeated trend. Also not that, I also keep on telling the aspirants कि अगर आपने prelims और mains का trend देखा होगा, if you're in a habit of watching it, all those questions or topics which have been asked in your prelims, sometimes they're asked in your mains also, but उसकी थोड़ी direction अलग होती है. मतलब अगर आपको प्रीलिम्स में एक आध क्वेश्चन आया तो मेंस के अंदर उसके रिलेटेड एक बड़ा क्वेश्चन जरूर आ सकता है. जीएस कितने पेपर्स है, किसी में भी आ सकता है. सो फॉर दैट मैटर यू ऑलवेज हैव टू प्रिपेयर क्वेश्चंस अकॉर्डिंगली. करेक्ट आंसर फॉर दिस वन इज यूनियन गवर्नमेंट. ओके. Which of the following is not in the state list? Fishery, agriculture, insurance and gambling. Insurance. एक एडिटोरियल आया था, शुड गैम्बलिंग बी लीगलाइज्ड इन इंडिया. आई थिंक मैंने जो 60 मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट एडिटोरियल ऑन इंडियन पॉलिटी है उसके ऊपर मैंने ये कवर किया है. आई कवर्ड इट ओवर देयर, सो आई थिंक इट्स गोइंग टू बी देयर. यू गाइस कैन गो एंड वॉच दिस वन. 60 मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट एडिटोरियल ऑफ इंडियन पॉलिटी 2018. पूरे साल के जनवरी से लेकर दिसंबर तक सारे पॉलिटी के छान के मैंने करंट अफेयर्स उसके अंदर एडिटोरियल्स कवर किए हैं. And in a very detailed manner, so you will love that course. I'm telling you, it will be a great help to you guys. The center state financial distribution takes place on the recommendation by whom? Finance Minister, Planning Commission, Finance Commission and Sarkaria Commission. Finance Minister. Okay. In normal times, the Union Parliament can legislate on any item in the state list if the President desires. Can legislate on any item in the state list if the Lok Sabha passes a resolution to that effect by 2/3 majority. Can legislate on any item in the state list if the Rajya Sabha passes a resolution to that effect by 2/3 majority. Cannot legislate on any item in the state list. Please read your options very carefully. The correct answer is can legislate on any item in the state list if the Rajya Sabha passes a resolution to that effect by 2/3 majority. Grants in aid of the revenue to the states is recommended by Interstate Council, Planning Commission, Finance Commission and National Development Council. Finance Commission. Railways is subject on the. So this was one of the questions which was there in one of the exams, and that's why I followed it up. And it was also there in UPSC exam also. Previous year question which I picked it up. So concurrent list, union list, state list or residual list. I think I already told you union list, that railway is a subject which is granted by the constitution itself in the union list. Which of the following is in the concurrent list in the Constitution of India? Population control and family planning, public health and sanitation, capitation taxes and treasure trove. It's population control and family planning. Which subject was transferred from the state list to the concurrent list by the 42nd Amendment of the Constitution? Agriculture, education, irrigation, local self-government. Education. Which of the following is contained in the concurrent list? Forest, education, police and agriculture. Education. Grants and aid is provided to the states for improving the center-state relationship, reducing the regional imbalance, improving the development of rural area, and implementing various development programs and rehabilitation. It's implementing various development programs and rehabilitation. Who has the constitutional authority to decide tax share of states? Finance Minister, Finance Commission, Planning Commission, Union Cabinet. Finance Commission. The idea of incorporation of the concurrent list in the Indian Constitution has been borrowed from the Constitution of Ireland, Britain, Australia, and Canada. There has been ample of things that we have taken from various constitutions of the world. That is why you can also get a question, and you got a question in UPSC 2018 mains, which talked about the comparison of the US and India. We talked about the democratic setup. So you need to understand one thing, that you can ever get a question on these topics. You need to be very careful that you know the countries from where we had picked up what, and then how we have used it or innovated it according to Indian edition. Somebody was asking me today's plus course that I was taking. They asked me about this 0 hour. Two questions were asked to me today. I am just discussing it out of the way. I'll just tell you the answer and then we'll go forward. It's Australia, right? So two questions were asked to me today. One question in the plus course was asked on the point of order, and another question that was asked to me was regarding, first I'll tell you point of order, then we can go forward. See, point of order is a very good opportunity that the opposition have with themselves. They can raise a point of order when they see that the working of the parliament is not going correctly, or the rules of procedure are not being followed up properly. And that is why, keeping the sanctity of the Speaker of the Parliament, they can raise a point of order, that is that why it is the disruption that is going on in the present government, or how the present government is working, and there can be no debate, from the government, or anybody cannot debate on the point of order if it is raised by the opposition leader. फॉर एग्जाम्पल कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के अंदर रेगुलर सेशंस पार्लियामेंट में रेगुलर सेशन नहीं होते हैं, डिस्ट्रप्शन ऑफ रेगुलर सेशंस टेक प्लेस, कॉन्स्टेंटली इट कीप्स टेकिंग प्लेस. ऑपोजिशन का लीडर उठ के अगर पॉइंट ऑफ ऑर्डर इशू करता है अपनी सिटिंग के अंदर पार्लियामेंट की, so that is a very strong mechanism for them to end the government. They can do that, and the most important thing which has been there is that there can be no debate on that. तो एक नो कॉन्फिडेंस मोशन के साथ एक पॉइंट ऑफ ऑर्डर भी बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग मैकेनिज्म है विच एग्जिस्ट. मुझे पॉइंट याद आ गया, थॉट ऑफ शेयरिंग विद यू गाइस. इट वाज अ डाउट दैट वाज आस्क्ड टू मी फ्रॉम वन ऑफ द लर्नर्स. Another thing we were talking about the 0 hour. See, 0 hour is an Indian innovation completely. So 0 hour is basically after the question hour. पहले question hour होता है, उसके अंदर question पूछे जाते हैं, members minister से question पूछते हैं, और वो 3 तरह से आंसर करते हैं, stared, unstared, and they answer in that format. And after that, there is a 0 hour. 0 hour के अंदर किसी भी मुद्दे को उठा सकते हो. Any relative issue can be picked up in that particular hour. It is a complete Indian innovation. So these are the two things that were asked to me today as a doubt, and that's why I just came to clarify that. Just giving additional information. Government imposes taxes to run the machinery of the state, check accumulation of wealth among the rich, uplift the weaker section, and none of these. Guys, let me tell you, आपकी लाइव चार्ट मुझे अभी नहीं दिख रही है. आपके जो भी डाउट्स होंगे आप कमेंट्स के अंदर लिख दीजिएगा. क्लास खत्म होने के बाद आई विल गो एंड वॉच योर कमेंट्स एंड आई विल आंसर. लाइव चार्ट मुझे विजिबल नहीं है, इसलिए मुझे पता नहीं लग रहा कि आप क्या आंसर कर रहे हैं, क्या पूछ रहे हैं. Run the machinery of the state. Sarkaria Commission dealing with the center-state relationship has not let down which of the following regarding the appointment of the governors. A politician from the ruling party at the center should not be appointed to a state run by some other party. The person should not be too closely connected with the politics of the state where he is to be posted. He should have travelled extensively in and out of India, and he should be eminent in some walk of life. Not let down hai. इट इज ही शुड हैव ट्रैवल एक्सटेंसिवली. ये तो कहीं भी कोई कंडीशन नहीं दी होगी ना कि पूरे कहीं भी पूरे इंडिया के अंदर घूम के आए और तभी वो गवर्नर बन सकता है. ठीक है ना, देयर इज नो कंडीशन लाइक दैट. कुछ चीजें तो माइंड से होती है, मतलब कुछ सोचने से जवाब मिल जाएगा. देयर आर सर्टेन थिंग्स दैट यू कैन आंसर इमीडिएटली आफ्टर यू सी द क्वेश्चन. सो देयर इज नो डाउट ऑन दैट ओनली फॉर दैट मैटर. A law passed by a state on a concurrent subject gets precedence over the central law if it was passed earlier than the central law, if it was passed by the state legislature and approved by the president, the Supreme Court so decides, and the majority of the state legislature so decides. Please be very careful when you're reading the questions. It was passed by the state legislature and approved by the president. Just give me a second. Just give me a second, guys. Okay. Fine then. Let's go to the next question. The state according to the constitution includes executive, legislature, local bodies, or all of the above. Let me tell you, it's all of the above. When we talk about the state, it is all of the above. The Indian Parliament can invade the state list if a subject in the state list assumes national importance, a proclamation of emergency has been issued by the President of India, the Supreme Court of India authorizes Parliament to do so. Which of the following are correct? 2 and 3, 1 and 2, only 2 and only 3. It's 1 and 2. Okay. Social security and social insurance is a subject included in the concurrent list, residuary powers, state list or union list. Concurrent list. Lotteries organized by the government of a state come under union list, state list, concurrent list. No list mentioned in the 7th schedule. Lotteries. State list. Okay. Which of the following taxes is exclusively and totally assigned to the central government by the constitution? Estate duty, sales tax, taxes on railway fares and freight, and corporation tax. Corporation tax. In which respect have the center-state relations been specifically termed as municipal relations? I think it's a very important question, you know. It was asked so many years back. It was asked in 1994 in the UPSC exam. So I think it's a very, very important question because municipal relations is a term probably you would have not heard before. But UPSC has already asked it. इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि उनके ambit से बाहर है, उनके ambit के अंदर ये question already है. Center's control of the state in the legislative sphere, Center's control of the state in the financial matters, Center's control of the state in administrative sector, and Center's control of the state in planning process. Think of it and tell me. Center's control of the state in planning process. Okay. The zonal councils discuss matters relating to interstate transport, borders dispute, economic and social planning, and all of the above matters. All of the above. Interstate Council has been set up under Article 263, 283, 292 and 352. The President can assign any of the functions of the Union Government to the State Government in his discretion, in consultation with the Chief Justice of India, in consultation with the Government of the State, in consultation with the State Governor. Consultation with the Government of the State. The central government can give direction to the state government with regard to subjects in the Union list, State list, Concurrent list, or all the list. All the list. So here is something that we have discussed today. 56 questions. 56 questions means that I have taken you through a journey of 56 in and out questions of Indian polity which can be expected. In the last class I just covered in 1 hour around 10 to 15 questions. I don't remember the number right now, but very few. But today's class we covered so many questions. I really don't know for the matter of fact that you may be knowing few questions and few you not be knowing as well. Your option must have gone wrong as well. But if you take all these questions very seriously, you will be able to understand that what is the major reason for covering them now. It's January and today is 20th of January. Officially you have only 10 days of January, 28 days of February, right? And 31 days of March. Then you have 30 days of April and 31 days of May. And then you have your exam. So what can be the right strategy for you to follow? I would highly recommend every student out sitting here and listening to me, all those who can listen to me right now, I request everybody, please come along with your chapters and MCQs together. You know, keep one slot of the day, approximately 25-30 minutes, 1 hour, whatever you feel the need. You keep it for your MCQ solving. There are people who say that syllabus khatam nahi hua, to hum MCQs क्यों solve करें? Let me tell you, syllabus will never get over because UPSC syllabus is so vast. Do not look at only the prelims that you are covering. Please look at the main syllabus as well. You are missing on your main syllabus and that can become a huge toll. At the end, you can't cover so much syllabus, you know. In paper 1 of your GS, you have to go through post-independence, you have to go to Indian modern history, art and culture, world history. I'm talking about mains examination, right? And then you go through all of them. After that, you go for Indian society. Then you go for geography. In that you cover India, you cover world geography, you go for polity in paper 2, then governance, then you have social justice, and then you have international relations. In paper 3 you have economics, you have security, you have science and tech, you have disaster management. Paper 4 is ethics paper, complete paper ethics. Then you have your 2 optional subjects, you have English paper, you have your language paper, you have one essay paper. So total 14 subjects are there which are there in your UPSC format, and if you're not having an edge over any one of them, somehow you will lack your marks in any of the papers. We do not tell you to be specialized into it, but you have to be a generalist. Today, sitting at this position teaching you guys, you cannot imagine the kind of reading it has taken and the hard work it has taken for us to reach here and tell you all this, because we have worked through it, we have evolved through it, we have given our days and night into reading and teaching both. So that's the kind of experience that we have. But when you go on expressing yourself in the paper, or maybe you have answer writing sessions or whatever, you will feel the drawbacks that you have, probably because you've not been writing, you've not been expressing your views, and maybe it's not compatible that UPSC may accept it. So there is all the kind of things or speculations that can be there. I request everybody to please read the newspaper regularly, diligently. Give one good reading of the newspaper. Important facts can be noted down in the register. You can follow the daily editorial analysis by me for the month of January. 60 most important editorials of Indian polity I'm doing. Students are requesting me to cover other subjects as well. So maybe I'll cover for economics, geography, all the editorials of the entire year. I'll try doing that as much as time I can devote to you guys. I'm doing it. And there's a lot that we have to discuss. So we'll meet in the next session now. Thank you so much, guys. Do share my lessons with others whenever you watch them on Unacademy free platform. I'm Vani Mehra. You can watch all my lessons free of course. There are 42 lessons, courses that I've uploaded on Unacademy, and more than 1,000 lessons as of now. So, even I've lost the count how many lessons I've uploaded. So there is so much work that we do for you guys. Just one single request. Just whenever you go to my profile, there's a follow button. Follow me over there so that you get an update, a notification of the courses and the lessons I upload. Right now, even after your class gets over, I am going to record the editorial course and January wala also, and the 60 most important editorial for polity. So there's a lot of work that we have in hand to do for you guys. Thank you guys. Take care of yourself. All the best. And do subscribe to the Unacademy channel on YouTube as well. Take care.